The entirety of the offseason came when Cowboys running back Tony Pollard saw which way the wind was blowing for the running back market and squatted on his $10.1 million fully guaranteed franchise tag salary for 2023. Here's Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones from their Welcome to Oxnard press conference on running back Tony Pollard.
When you look at Tony Dorsett, you look at Emmitt Smith, you look at Zeke Elliott, we've had great running backs here and great respect for that position. I will say this about Tony. We offered Tony a long-term deal. It's a free market out there. There are mechanisms in place that allow teams to hold a player a year called the franchise tag, and we certainly utilize that.
Actually, I think the franchise tag, when I think of it, probably fit that situation really well. It's a distribution process. If one player gets $1, the other one doesn't get it. And so you distribute it as best you can. And in this particular case, I think it worked well for Tony. That's a lot of money. And I think it's going to help make it work for us to put this team together this year.
Yeah, $10.1 million is a lot of money, and Jerry Jones' investment's probably appreciated by more than $10.1 million in the time it took him to give that answer. But again, that's a different issue altogether. Long-term deal means nothing unless you know exactly what was offered, because he's got 10-1 in hand. You got to trade in the 10-1 for whatever they're going to give you. And I have seen the numbers, and the numbers weren't enough to justify Tony Pollard trading in the 10-1 for whatever the long-term deal was. So now we see what happens next year. They likely won't tag him in 2024, and he walks away. And it's funny, when they rattled off the names of the great running backs, they didn't mention DeMarco Murray.
Right.
He's the single-season franchise leader with 1,845 yards. You know what they did after he accomplished that feat in his fourth season? They said, see you later.
Right. No, I hear you. Mike, I do wonder with this running back conversation, are we going to get to a point where, listen, I know that the good business is, wait, if I want to sign a long-term deal, it has to equal the franchise tag, and maybe if you franchise tag me the next year or whatever else, and that's all going to match up. But at some point, I think these running backs, Saquon Barkley included, whatever, in this conversation, because we know they offered him a deal as well, they might have to take a little less in that department than they want to. I don't know what Pollard was totally offered there or whatever, but that might be what they have to do here to kind of inch the market up a little bit and do it that way. I don't know. I know that's too far gone now, and we can't do anything till next year, but I just wonder if that'll change the mindset, or the mindset will change for running backs.
The general approach, though, with franchise tag, regardless of position, if you want to trade in the tag, the guaranteed bird in the hand, you got to give me 2 in the bush right now, this year and next year, fully guaranteed together as the starting point for the long-term deal. That's what they did with Des Bryant when they took his franchise tag and turned it into a long-term deal several years ago, and that's what they needed to do to get Tony Pollard to sign. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.